All right, thanks for joining me. I am going to go over the finds from yesterday. That was Saturday, from a local flea market and my friend who owns a antique store to have a booth in. He sells me things from time to time, but I'm going to kind of run through everything and show you closer what we got at the first flea market. I picked up this binder, and it is full of these are photographs of a chaplain that was at Shaw Air Force Base with all of his letters, and there's a bunch of newsletters in here from the 60s, mainly 66, 67, I believe. It's really not really had a chance to go through completely yet and look at everything, but as you can see, it's just a bunch of ephemera from Shaw Air Force Base. Different little get-togethers and dinners. And I believe the chaplain mainly did Protestant services, I believe, from what I've seen so far of this. Anyway, like I say, this is pretty full of stuff like that. It's even got write-ups on these individuals here. And it had these pennants. These pennants really aren't related to Shaw. I'm not sure if they were supposed to be with the book and maybe the chaplain had gone to these places, but it was a pretty cheap price, so I picked that up. But that was it for the first flea market I went to. The second flea market had some really cool stuff. This is a VFW or American Legion cap that I picked up. I saw it on somebody's case, and it's really cool with the World War II veterans items on it. You see the kind of an infantry ruptured duck. I haven't seen a ruptured duck like that before. He was a Silver Star recipient. Got a CIB. All of his qualifications. Even a mini medal from occupation. Hat's coming apart a little bit there, but still an amazing piece. And the same person had this SO war map. I've had one or two of these before. Make really good display pieces. And also, I picked this up just to have the cover look so cool. I believe it's in the 50s, but it's still a really cool cover art there. And he had some pin-up kind of magazines. I just thought that was cool. And a different vendor who was kind of schooling me on some German stuff and a lot of questions for him. He had some literature from early the Nazi era. This one's 1940. Really neat cover. And like I say, I haven't opened these up yet either to look in them. I don't want to damage the pages too much. This was in 1942. $1939. And picked up some really neat patches, some airborne patches. They have some age to them, they're older. Let's see the backs. And a civil defense armband. There's the stamping inside from where you would put your information on it. Civil defense. And a guy I know that goes out there and sells stuff to me pretty frequently. Didn't have a whole lot, but he has some cool patches. Some cool Air Force patches. And these are vintage also. You can't really feel them, but He also had this ashtray from the, I can get it to focus here, USS Lake Champlain, the Christmas of 1945. I know the Champlain was commissioned in 45, I believe, so that was early on in the ship's history. I just thought it was really cool. And the rest of this stuff is stuff that, like I said, I traded with one guy for some stuff, and bought some other stuff from a guy who owns an antique store here locally. Who Needs New Antiques is the name of the store. It's in Little Mountain, South Carolina. Like I said, I have a booth up there, so you need to go out there and check it out. But we'll go through this stuff. And this piece here is really cool. This is one of the first things he showed me. See, it's in German. It's dated 1935. And I won't go through every page. A lot of the pictures are just like this. When you get a little bit further into it, like I said, it's in really great shape. We start getting into some military and photos. I need to go through and actually translate some of this stuff, some of the writing there, so I don't speak German. These really neat photos, and that's a photo. It's like English soldiers. I'm not sure why that's in here. That's where you get kind of some of the crazier photos. Some Nazi. I'm not sure if it was rallies or what they were doing to strike some fear into somebody. There's almost a sad little photo of this little child here holding the swastika. And let me try to get there a little bit quicker. Sorry, guys. Yeah. And again, I'm not huge into the German stuff, but it's important to understand the Axis when you're collecting World War II, because that's the whole reason for the fight. And here's some pictures labeled Rudolf Hess. You see. Anyway, there's one photo missing that was labeled Adolf. And right there, somebody took it out. So unfortunately that one's not in here, but anyway, great piece in great shape. And I actually traded a guy. I had a bipod for a Colt bipod for an M16, and he traded me this picture holder. It's like a chalkware kind of thing for that. It was a pretty fair. The guy really needed the piece, and I didn't have any use for it besides selling it, so I was happy to take the trade. Really cool. We will win. I got this little lantern, Dietz lantern. It's in really good shape with the red lens. And this large shell, I can't remember what this was, a 90mm or what. It's not quite World War II. It's 50s and 60s. But I love the old shells. And this naval uniform is really cool. For the simple fact that it's got his name stitched in, but that's his last name, Bredemeyer, I believe. Bredemeyer. But it's got his nickname, I guess, is Nasty. Nasty in front of it. I just thought it was really cool. Great piece. And this one, the service album or photo album from Langley Field. It doesn't have any neat cover. It doesn't have any information in it as far as who it was or anything written on those front pages, but it's full of pictures of family. See the plane there. I'm not sure exactly, like I say, where they were at. And all of them. Actually, that one says 12th Bomber Squadron. I'm not sure if they're all in Langley Field or not, but I'll try to skip through too. There's some good ones of the aircraft in here. These are actually from the window of an aircraft, like flying. I think there's a cool one with their gas mask. And bear with me, see if I can find the aircraft ones. There's some right there. And here's a really cool one from actually inside the cockpit. I've had a lot of photo albums, but not too many from inside the aircraft. I'd love to have that jacket. And again, unfortunately, I don't know who these are of. I don't have a name of besides some first names here and there, but so I can't really try to get it back to anybody because I have no idea what name to look at. I'm not even sure if that's an airplane or not. It could be a different aircraft, but anyway, really cool piece. Anyway, I picked up these badges. I've got somebody I know that collects police badges, and he wanted to trade some Militaria for some police badges, so a few. That one looks like it's sterling because it's so worn. That's a local one. I'm not sure if that's even a real police badge or it feels a little thinner than regular, but I figured I'd pick those up in case he's got something he wants to trade. And this is a quilt, and I'm assuming this was just made with the good luck symbol, which, if you don't know, that's what the swastika was before the Nazis corrupted it a bit. But it's an old quilt, and it's just full of that pattern. I just thought it was really neat looking. Again, even though I don't necessarily collect or deal in German stuff, it was just a great piece to show you the two sides, that it was for good luck and not just evil at one point. And this jacket, he didn't even realize he still had it, but it's like a windbreaker. You know, a large, let's see if we get better light, patch here from a Pearl Harbor Survivors Association. I don't know if you can see it, but it's really detailed, stitched patch. Again, no name in a jacket or anything, but you can get a little patch on the front there. But a really cool piece. And that, I believe, is everything that I picked up just in one day here. So It's still out there. You just got to go hunt for it. But anyway, thanks for watching, and don't forget I'm going to do a live whatnot auction this Wednesday, which would be March 15th, I believe, 2023, at 7 p.m. I'll have a lot of good military stuff. This is going to be my first time trying whatnot. I've already got some stuff pulled out. A bunch of smaller items, pens, patches. This old bin I'm going to try to put on there is challenge coins and all kinds of stuff. So make sure you check back, look up Lexington Mantiques on Whatnot. And if not, you can always check out the Facebook page. Or if you're in South Carolina local, you can shop at one of the 3 stores that we're in. And that information is on the Facebook page at SC Mantiques on Facebook. Again, thanks as always.